Hey, it is Kenny for Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. As always, if you're new to my videos, if you find this content helpful, educational, or just fun, please like and subscribe. That'll help me out. And before I get to the content of this video, I've been saying in several videos, please look at those affiliate Amazon links in the description below. Some record sales, record box set sales, Miles Davis, the Beatles. Yes, I get a commission for those sales. That'll help me my channel out. That'll help me out. I really appreciate it. So check out those affiliate links in the description below. But in this video, I'm going to accomplish several things. I'm going to mention what I think, well, actually what I know is, because it's my opinion, the best sounding jazz record of 2024. The biggest surprise in terms of a jazz record 2024. The best jazz record performance in 2024, and a worst sounding jazz record in 2024. Please leave your comments in the comments section below on all those categories. I would appreciate it. But I'm going to start off with the best sounding record of 2024 in terms of depth dimensional soundstage, audiophile qualities, realism, three-dimensionality, clarity. You know, the jazz album that sounds the best to you. Please leave that in the comment section below, because I'm going to reveal mine in this video. There's several candidates for that crown, and I'm going to mention some runners-up, and then I'm going to get to the best sounding jazz record of 2024. Now, keep in mind, this is not the best jazz performance. That's a separate category that I'm going to reveal in this video as well. They're just the best sounding jazz record of 2024. And the first two were given to me, or sent to me by Impex Records, via Elusive Disc, and they were promo records. I want to say that were sent to me for free. That did not taint my opinion. They just happened to sound great. And the first one is Patricia Barber, her companion album. Again, this was sent to me free as a promo copy. Like I said, that did not affect my opinion of this album. I always say you have to be honest in these videos, or your audience is going to see right through you. I'm mentioning this record because I honestly think it sounds fabulous. This was a live recording by Patricia Barber that was issued this year in 2024. Most of the records in this video are for 2024, except for one. I was released in 2023, but I didn't receive it till purchase it till 2024. But Patricia Barber, her companion album is called, and it was issued by Impex Records in 2024. It's a live jazz recording, as I mentioned, and just the overall realism of a live recording, and the purity and the clarity and the three-dimensionality of this one step that was issued, this 2LP 45 RPM one step that was issued by Impex Record, is stunning. This is a great performance by Patricia Barber and her group, and it's a great example of a live recording, in my opinion. I just love this, the detail that went into the sound production of this record. It sounds stunning to me. Patricia Barber, companion. Not the best sounding jazz record. Oh, don't want to drop that. That's not the best sounding jazz record of 2024, but it's a strong runner-up. Another one that was sent to me as a promo copy from Impex Records is Duke Ellington Indigos. And they came out with a purple variant and a black variant. I think there's a purple variant. I did a review of this album in a separate video, and they sent me two, and there's a black one as well. But this record is a 2 LP set, and I believe it's 45 RPM. If I recall, let me check, so I'll be clear on that. I believe it's 45 RPM. Yes, 45 RPM. By the way, this is the blue variant, and there's a black variant as well. It's 45 RPM, and it sounds stunning. It is a great, I believe the last disc is mono, and at least a portion of it has mono recordings, and the remaining first disc, or disc and a half, is stereo recordings. Both the stereo and mono sound stunning. This was originally Ellington Indigos in 1958, and it's a stunning example of an early great jazz stereo recording and mono recording, in my opinion. Just the overall, detail, timbre, depth dimension, soundstage, echo and delay, everything on this record is stunningly great, in my opinion. I think the mono recordings on this rivals the mono recording of Analog Productions' masterpieces. This is a great example of fabulous mono recording. Indigos is not as good as Analog Productions' masterpieces, but it's very close. But this is a strikingly and stunningly beautiful example of an early great stereo recording. Duke Ellington Indigos. I was quite surprised by that record. Sounds great to me. And another runner-up is this UHQR by Analog Productions, John Coltrane Ballads record. I was really struck by just the detail, more so, of John Coltrane's playing. I believe he was on the left speaker, and just the detail of John Coltrane in this recording is almost like he was in a room. So I had to give this a mention. This UHQR version of John Coltrane's Ballads. That is a great sounding record. I know some of you out there are thinking, can you just mention all these expensive records? I can't help it if they just happen to be best sounding records of 2024. However, there are some alternatives. This album by John Coltrane Ballads, it was done part of the Analog Productions Acoustic Sound Series. I believe this might be around $40, give or take. And if you can't afford the UHQR, there's a fabulous alternative to the UHQR. It really is. But like I said, I can understand the gripe about me showing expensive records, but like I said, I can't help it. They just happen to be the best sounding records in my collection. Maybe another video would be, maybe do a video on best sounding records under a certain price point. But these are the best sounding records I received or purchased in 2024. But Ballads with John Coltrane, like I said, his playing is just stunning. So I had to mention that one. But to me, the best sounding record in 2024, in terms of a jazz record, not the performance, it's not the greatest performance, but the greatest sounding record in 2024 that I purchased is this Audio-Technica, and I hope I'm pronouncing the name properly, version of Jazz at the Pawn Shop. This is a live record, and this is what they like to call a demo record to, show off the capabilities of your system. But in terms of a live recording, this is a stunningly, strikingly detailed example of a great stereo recording in terms of, depth, dimension, realism, soundstage, separation, all the adjectives you want to add, all the descriptions you want to add. This has it all, in my opinion. Matter of fact, this record is the best sounding record out of all the records in my collection until further notice. And that can change. But this record, in terms of live recording, is stunningly and strikingly fabulous, in my opinion. There's a 4-record, 45 RPM set, and it just simply sounds amazing to me. I was quite surprised, but there are some alternatives to Jazz at the Pawn Shop. It's on CD. For example, this issue, that record, that box set was $200. The Patricia Barber one step that I showed previously, the companion, I believe it's $125. Like I said, it was sent as a promo. This one is cheaper, I think. This is less than $100. Could be $80. This version of Jazz at the Pawn Shop did not come out in 2024. 2022, it says on the back here. But this is a nice alternative to that other version of Jazz at the Pawn Shop, the Audio-Technica version of a Jazz at the Pawn Shop. That's a nice alternative because this one, in my mind, sounds great as well. This is a 2 LP set, Great version of Jazz at the Pawn Shop. So, Jazz at the Pawn Shop, the best sounding jazz record of 2024 that I purchased. Now I'm going to get to the biggest surprise. No, we're going to get to the best jazz performance of 2024. Then I'm going to get to the biggest surprise of a jazz record in 2024. The best jazz performance in 2024 to me, and this record I believe was issued 2023, but I didn't purchase it till 2024. I just want to be upfront about that. That is Shahib Shahab and the Danish Jazz Group. This is a great example of the multi-instrumentalist Shahib Shahab playing with a big band. I believe he might have been the composer and conductor, I believe, as well. But this performance is stunning for a big band jazz performance. Every time I listen to this record, I'm extremely engaged, extremely into the performance. It was originally issued in 1965, and original copies of this record go for an insane amount of money. This was reissued on Sam's record, and this is a stunningly great, and engaging jazz performance by Shahib Shahab. I think this is a masterpiece, in my opinion, in terms of music I love and enjoy. So Shahib Shahab was the greatest jazz performance for me in 2024. Amongst the records I purchased. Now, granted, there could be greater performances. I get that. But amongst the ones I purchased and ones I received and one I listened to, Shahib Shahab and the Danish Radio Jazz Group, the best jazz performance in 2024 amongst the records I received in 2024. Now, the biggest surprise of a jazz record in 2024 is it was issued by Impex Record, one I purchased, by the way. I think it cost about $125. And before I mention this record, I mentioned this record in a video saying that this was the most overrated jazz record of all time. And I sincerely believe that. That does not necessarily mean it still can't be great. You can be overrated and great at the same time. I think this album is overrated, but it is a transcendent and great jazz record, no doubt, but I think it's overrated. But this was the biggest surprise of 2024 to me, was Getz Gilberto, the Impex one-step version of Getz Gilberto, their 45 RPM set that costs $125, which this one I paid for. It was not a free promo. They did a good job with the presentation of this set with the booklet in between. Really a great, a fabulous example of this record. It really is. Now, why would I say that this is the biggest surprise of 2024? Well, I already have the Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds version, the Acoustic Sound Series version, the 33 1/3, and you also have the 45 RPM version of the record. So when I contemplating buying the Impex version of the record, I said to myself, they're not going to beat the Analog Production. They're not going to beat Chad Kassem and Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds. It was almost like Chad Kassem and Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds versus A.B. Fon and Impex Records. Who was going to win that battle? And I thought Chad Kassem and Analog Productions, there's no way they could be beat, because they always make, they come close, very close to make the definitive versions of almost anything. But A.B. Fon went into this project as a goal to make this the definitive version of Getz Gilberto. And she succeeded in my mind. This record sounds like, portions of it, and a lot of it sounds like you're in the studio with the musicians. They took the Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds version and they just took it to another level, a different level. This could have been mastered by Bernie Grundman. I forgot. Those of you who know, you can correct me in the comments section. But this sounds stunningly amazing to me. Now, granted, some of the flaws are emphasized as well, because I don't think they did any digital corrections or anything. They just just did the remaster without any digital editing, to best of my knowledge. but it comes across as a great version of this record, almost like you're in the studio. So this was the biggest surprise for me in 2024. The Impex record version of Getz Gilberto. Sounds amazing. And the next topic I'm going to talk about is the worst sounding record that I purchased in 2024. It's not even close. And this record called Soul Sisters, a Gloria Coleman quartet, featuring Paula Roberts. This album features Gloria Coleman on organ. I believe she was married to George Coleman, the famous jazz saxophone player who played with Miles Davis and various other jazz groups. Paula Roberts drums, Leo Wright alto sax, and the great Grant Green on guitar. Now, I listened to this on YouTube before I purchased it. It sound fine. And I was intrigued by this record because it included the great Grant Green. I'm a great Grant Green fan. This record sounds flat. There's no dimension to it in terms of detail. To me, this record sounds like, gosh, how can I describe it? A bad CD, or you know those bootlegs that you buy, that bootleg records that look like they recorded on somebody's cassette or something like that? It's not quite that bad, but it's maybe a slight step up from that. This is not a good presentation of a record. This was part of the, I don't know if you can see this sticker, part of the Verb by Request series. And the presentation of this record in terms of detail, in terms of, you know, just being to hear the instruments in the three-dimensional soundstage, is not good at all. And I'm trying to be as kind as I possibly can. It's just not good. It's just not. This was mastered by Kevin Reeves at East Iris Studios, Nashville, Tennessee. Sounds like a bad CD to me. This is the worst sounding jazz record of 2024. It's a shame because the performance is good. It's just the sound is bad. The worst sounding record of 2024 that I purchased is Soul Sisters, Gloria Coleman Quartet featuring Paula Roberts. The worst sounding jazz record of 2024. In the comment section below, please leave your best sounding jazz record of 2024, the biggest surprise of a jazz record of 2024, the best jazz performance of 2024, and the worst jazz record of 2024. Please leave some of those categories. You don't have to leave all of them, those answers, in the comment section below. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Look at those affiliate links in the description section of my video. Like I said, I receive a commission from those sales, but that'll help me and my channel out. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for viewing. God bless, strong love, and please keep the peace worldwide.